How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have Mr. Knight rank 3 with a relic versus rank 1 Hitmonkey without a relic. And this is the we're going to be reacting to some pre-recorded content because it's the best way I can maybe describe my feelings about Mr. Knight. I don't like talking trash about any champion, and this is not a bad champion. I want to be very clear. This is not a bad champion here at the beginning of the video, but this video will kind of show you some of my concerns about where he would even be in the meta of the game and how you would use him. Again, he is unawakened, and this is not Battlegrounds. So, yeah, I mean, maybe I'll throw some Battlegrounds at the end, but I just wanted to show you some fights and show you kind of the results. So let's get started. All right, getting started with Hitmonkey. Now, Hitmonkey is kind of funny because he's kind of the his style is pretty similar, but also different than Mr. Knight. He crits on his medium, light, medium hits, and that's it. He doesn't need any prereqs. You don't need to set up any timers or injuries or anything. You just go in. He has his assassins and cunning charges that let other effects apply. If he has both, I believe it counters evade. I don't really remember, and honestly, I'm not going to look it up because I don't really remember. If you want to know the extent of what his damage can be, just my cat is going crazy. Just look up Maddie MCOC's video. He just took him to rank 4, so and he compared him to like Cole Obsidian, right? In his video, they did a little race, so I'll link that in the description or something. But yeah, so you might look at this and be like, okay, Mr. Knight should easily beat this this time here. We're critting on every hit. Again, super easy playstyle, but you know, minute 3, not bad. All right, now we have Mr. Knight versus Winter Soldier. So what you want to do here, he's pretty much, you want to basically punish specials and heavy attacks with your light attack if you can. As you can see, I have to like double tap light into it. It's not going to apply it every time. When you put on an injury, it goes on a cooldown. If you do it again, it'll reduce the cooldown. But it's not like, as you can see, like sometimes it's not perfect. And then I obviously messed up here. But no big deal, no big deal. Now, the goal with Mr. Knight is to build up injuries while also trying to build up those light proficiencies you see in the top left. And then during this full moon phase, use your light attacks and you can do a lot of damage. And then the special 2 will pause it and then put on a couple tranquilizers. And he looks like he's doing pretty well. You know, there you go. He's paused. This is probably one of the better fights, like I said, that I've gotten so far. And the next fight is also almost picture perfect. But he's a very AI reliant champion, in my opinion, on attack. Again, this is just talking about attack. And then this whole like punishing with lights, sometimes just not even possible. And there's the sleep, just depending on who the defender is. But there you go. I mean, he felt pretty good, but he was still slower by like 23 seconds. Okay, so back to rank 1 Hitmonkey. I forgot to mention they all have the same stat focus, so it's just crit damage stat focus. And here he is, hitting Captain Marvel. Again, super simple. Don't need to set anything up. Boom, boom, boom. If his assassins falls off or anything, you just watch what you do. 1, 2, 3, and you block or swipe back. If you hit, you'll get your cunning. Is it cunning? I don't remember. It don't matter. Anyways, super easy, super chill. Just going through here. This is basically how you use Hitmonkey. This is it. Boom, boom. Got a little disorient on, got your bleeds going. Come on now. AI holding block, no big deal. Again, very basic. You don't have to think about it too hard. Rank 1, smacking them up. No relic. No nothing, boom. What did we time that at? 59 seconds, sub 1 minute. Okay, here's the Mr. Knight fight. So this is probably the best AI I've gotten and probably the best fight I've ever done with Mr. Knight so far. Now remember, he's rank 3. He's 2 ranks above Hitmonkey. Keep that in mind. So I'm using this to build up My injuries, boom. I did not, if I'm doing that though, I don't have enough time to throw my special one, unfortunately, because you want to throw that special one while the phase is changing like this, so I can gain 2 more light proficiencies. But I'm on pretty good track. I got 6 injuries on. I'm punishing with my lights. I'm doing really, really well. Again, I have to block or bait a special, but in this particular fight, I cannot punish the special with light attack, which isn't like the end of the world, but that's like what you want to do, right? And look at this, he's critting crazy. After he's set up, he's kind of going bonkers. Boom. Look at those crits, man. And we were able to finish the fight in the exact same time. So the exact same time as a rank 1 Hitmonkey with less work and less setup and less things to keep track of. That's kind of my point, I guess, is I'm just not sure if the work is worth it for the champion. That's my only concern with him. Again, this is just his attack that I'm talking about, not his defense. I don't have him awakened. I believe you need the awakened ability to have that defensive capabilities. Someone in the CCP with an awakened one can probably tell me, or anyone else who got lucky enough to get him. But besides that, we were doing a stream last night where I was using him, and really there's not a whole lot of fights he can do, in my opinion, like better than anyone else. I think what his goal is to be a good defender with the ability to be used on attack if you need to. He's not going to be the absolute best attacker, but a good two-way champion. Now you're thinking, Sam, but what about those tranquilizers? You know, he has the tranquilizers. So you can gain the tranquilize after you go past, I think it's through 2 injuries. Let's see here. Yeah, so at 2 injuries, you do get a tranquilize. By that time, Photon probably already has a bunch of buffs on you. You know what I mean? And then if you're focusing on that, then you're not building up your light proficiencies because you're trying to get as many tranquilizers on as you can. But the tranquilizers aren't permanent. They're falling off. And then you got the light proficiencies you got to keep track of. And then the injury timer, you got to keep track of that. And then you got to keep track of the phases of the moon so that you can throw your special attack at the right time if you want extra light proficiencies. Or you can go for the special 2. And pause this mode. This is the mode you want to be in, or the phase of the moon you want to be in. I don't know why the special attacks are so weak. I feel like they're pretty weak. But overall, I think in conclusion, what I'm trying to say with this whole example, this whole video, is I'm not sure if he's worth the squeeze. You know what I mean? I just need everyone's opinions down below. This is probably the last video I'll do on him, unless I find some way I can use him in battlegrounds on attack. He'll probably not be in my deck until I can get him awakened. And even in this meta as an attacker, it's just rough for him because he has no way to counter evade or unstoppable. That's not just a him problem, but I also wanted to mention like the people. I want you to think about all the fights, all the good defenders in the game, and tell me which ones he's good for. A lot of people probably don't know yet because they haven't had him. But really, it's like Photon and Spider-Woman. But you could just use someone else for those too. Like Stark-Hand Spider-Man takes Photon way better, and you don't have to give her power while you do it. Let's think of Thanos, Deathless Thanos. He doesn't do that very well. You'd probably just use someone else. Serpent, no. Yelena. No, not at all. Jean Grey, no. Onslaught, no. So, again, I think from what I've been seeing and reading and playing, he's just supposed to be a good defender who can do some attack stuff. So, if that's I just want to put that out there. I'm just trying to be honest. From someone who got him early, took him to rank 3. I just want to put this info out there so when you are making your rank up choices and you're really excited you got Mr. Knight, you know what he is. It's just to help you. If you want to rank up Mr. Knight, he's still absolutely fine to rank up. And plus, when you awaken him, he's probably going to be a good defender. He has those sleep charges. Okay, I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, I'm a rambler. So I want to mention how I would make him better because I think if I'm going to criticize a character, I should at least give some suggestions. So if you look at the awakened ability, this is where he gets his sleep on defense, I believe. So as a defender, they lose 25%. Yeah. So here at the bottom, as an attacker in Battlegrounds, at the start of the fight, inflict 2 10% injury passives for 4 to 12 seconds at the start of the fight. I don't know why that can't be... Well, why is it on a timer? Because the other injuries aren't on a timer. And why can't that just be on every fight? That would make him a lot better. It'd make him a ton better, actually, because he would start with 2 injuries right away, and then you can, boom, be building up your tranquilize, be building up your injuries, be building up your light proficiencies without having to worry so much about starting and ramping the fight at the beginning. So I also think that the injury timer that's there, I think you should max out the injuries and then remove the timer. This whole like having to punish the enemy's attacks and then reducing the timer before you can apply it again is quite annoying and slows him down quite a bit. Those changes, I think, boom, beautiful champion. That's what I think. But, you know, it's up to them to decide. That's what I would do. Small changes, remove the cooldown timer on the tranquilize debuffs. Allow him to start with 2 if he's awakened, and make those permanents, not these temporary ones, I guess, because his other ones aren't temporary, right? I read stuff sometimes in this game and I'm like, wait, is that been that the whole time? No, they're permanent in the real fight. So that's what I would do. Again, could be, you know, if you like Mr. Knight, rank him up. But those are my thoughts, I guess. So I hope this helps someone. I hope this like at least showed you the reality of Mr. Knight and not just CCP fights where he's fighting like a Spider Woman over and over again. This is real life. And unfortunately, I got lucky with him. And he's not my cup of tea, apparently. So, okay, guys, I'll stop rambling. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts. Again, link in the description for Maddie's video if you want to see more Hitmonkey stuff. Even though it became like a co-op sitting video. Anyways, all right, that's it. I'm done. All right, y'all take care.